and welcome to Milk Outside of a Bag of Milk Outside of a Bag of Milk. So, as far as I know, this picks up right where we left off in the previous game. Well, I don't remember that from the first game. I'm walking to my room, trying not to look around. Playful shadows dance around me here and there. They dash all over the walls, the ceiling. One of those shadows whizzes past me, touching my face ever so slightly. I smile and continue walking, paying it no mind. Sometimes it's so easy to lose self-control and track of time, spinning in a joyful dance. But I'm in a bit of a hurry here. Mom told me to go to bed. I walk past the kitchen on my way to the room. The door is shut, but I can still feel the chilling air coming from the other side. My first thought is that there's a living corpse blowing into the keyhole, laughing mockingly. That's so silly. I'm absolutely sure we have no corpses in our kitchen. I know for sure that we've never had any corpses in our kitchen. I'm absolutely sure that... I break into a run and dash toward the closed door. The shadows intensify their chaotic dance. Are they trying to stop me? Or calm me down? I don't know. Doesn't matter right now. Don't you get it? I wave my hands around as I run, trying to chase away my annoying pursuers. But then I suddenly realize that I won't be able to stop in time. I've got no other choice but break the door down. If there's somebody inside, I'll surely scare them to death. But wait, how can I scare to death someone who's already dead? What if it actually revives them? No. I don't want that. What do I do? I couldn't fully complete my thought when my shoulder hit the door and it flew open. As I expected. There was no living corpse inside, but there was a bag of milk I bought today, sitting right in the middle of the table, watching me with its unblinking eyes. I stare back. Nothing happens. Although, what exactly did I expect? Gratitude? Have I done something that warranted it? A bag of milk probably doesn't care whether it's on the shelf, or in a store, or on the table in my mom's kitchen. On the other hand, nobody would drink milk inside the store. Which means I took it from the safest place in the world and into the scary unknown. I'm so sorry, you poor thing. I turn away in shame and leave the room in a hurry. I only bring others trouble. I walk toward my room through a narrow corridor. Hello. Okay. I meet a familiar, formless creature at the door. It locks me in its clutches and starts sniffing every inch of my body like a hungry dog. I'm not struggling. I know it's useless. I just stay silent and endure its tight grip that stops me from moving. After sniffing me from head to toe, the creature holds out its ugly paws, bearing a single claw, thin and sharp like a blade. Again, I stare questioningly into the monster's bottomless eye sockets. Don't move. The creature squeezes my hands until my veins start bulging, and I just keep staring into the black cavities where its eyes should be, ignoring all pain. So is this supposed to be her mom? I remember last time her mom had a very similar face, and we know her dad's dead, so I wonder if this is her mom. The moment it says that, its claw pierces my arm. I don't feel anything other than the barely discernible crawling under my skin, the ring of tightly sprung sinews, and then the claw injects its venom into me. It hurts. A white veil appears in front of my eyes. My fingers cramp and start twitching frantically. I lose control over my body and slowly slide to the floor, just like last time. But why? Why do I feel so hot? I feel my blood boiling up. Strong shivers run through my body, paralyzing every single cell, while my veins and arteries heat up, almost bursting from the pressure. I try screaming, but instead of producing words, I vomit thick, milky foam. The creature notices it and throws itself at me in anger, grabbing me by the throat while keeping the poisonous claws inside my arm. Kill me! Kill me! Hysterical screams resound through the corridor. In a fit of madness, the creature starts scratching my neck. Bright splashes fly everywhere, hitting the wall with a loud sound. I tried to imprint where every drop fell in my memory, so I could gather them all later. I need to remember. I need... A new wave of pain washes over me. Everything turns pitch black in an instant.
Say it. I'll never drink milk ever again. Say it.
I'll never drink milk ever again.
Say it again.
I'll never drink milk ever again. I'll never drink milk ever again. Finally get to my room. So tired of all of this fuss. Thankfully, I still feel comfy and warm in my room. Even the weird sounds coming from outside don't make me anxious at all. Mom told me to go to bed, so I need to perform all the needed preparations. I've washed my face, and now I'm standing in front of the mirror with a toothbrush in my mouth. I look at my reflection. It shows absolutely no desire to sleep. I get how you feel. There was a time when the last minutes before I sleep were my favorite time of the day. I loved anticipating the inevitable moment when the reality and the dream world would clash. I woke up for that moment's sake, lived through the day for it. The biggest dream was to sleep all day long. It would have been so cool, but the dreams always slowly, but surely, slipped away. As if somebody fished them out of my head, one after another, one after another, until nothing was left, and now I have to sleep again, even though I don't feel any need for it. After finishing with my face, I usually reach out for my pills. It's funny, but I have no idea how they work separately, since I always swallow them as a bunch without thinking. Now I want to have a better look at it, to twirl it in between my fingers, to chew on it. I'd do anything to stall for just a little bit more time. What is this supposed to be? A smooth, protruded red capsule is looking at me. It's covered in a murky, semi-transparent film, but I can still discern its contents. So what do we have inside you? I gently press on the capsule. From both sides, and to my surprise, it turns out to be soft and squishy. I press harder and the capsule pops. Sticky bright red liquid pours out. Filthy, filthy. The pill flies straight to the waste bin. I start to rigorously wash my hands. No, there's no way I'm drinking that. Next was a flat pill in the same blood red color. There were some letters printed on it. Oh, I get it. This is the medication that makes me really sleepy. But it's not the type of sleep I want. That's not it at all. It's fake. No. I don't even want to look at it. The pill flies into the waste bin as usual. Or as well. The next half an hour goes by in a similar fashion. I study every pill from all sides, and then I find a reason not to swallow it. Man, that's tough. That's a tough cycle to get into. It's a dangerous cycle. I invent my own medicine instead, and enjoy swallowing them one after another, letting myself drown in their healing effects. Hey, my neck doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my hand doesn't hurt anymore. Hey, my head doesn't hurt anymore. My heart doesn't hurt anymore. My stomach doesn't hurt anymore. My eyes don't hurt anymore. Does she just say this stuff to herself and then she tricks herself into believing it? come I didn't think of this earlier? This is so simple. I don't need to brag about it to someone right away. But not to my mom. She'll just scold me. And she's sure I'm already sleeping anyway. I don't want to disturb her without reason. I'll think of something myself. Besides, I just really want some small talk. I wonder, who's going to be my conversation partner? Hey. Oh, nice. What's in the mirror? I don't know what's in the mirror, but it's kind of creepy. Hey, long time no see. Alright, so we have a proper face to our protagonist. This one says we're only supposed to meet once per day. I wonder what that means. It hasn't even been an hour, dummy. I'm gonna do this one, because I'm interested. Why does your voice sound so grim? Naturally, I've read the manual. Judging by the pictures, the overdose side effects are the usual. Headaches, dizziness, exhaustion. Basically, nothing I can't handle myself. But, after all, now I know how to do it. You didn't reply. Aren't you even a little bit happy? Not even the slightest bit? I'm pretty exhausted after today. Well, I guess you are too. That's not true. You need to go to bed. No, you've been in control for way too long already. It's my turn now, alright? I'll just stay silent until the medicine effects wear off. How about that? Hey, you can't do that. You need to do your best to make me feel better. I can't help but feel like this might be some sort of entity just creeping into the view. Like it almost looks like a giant eyeball. Is that just me? That's exactly what I'm doing. What a bully. Actually, why am I even worried about this? In reality, I don't need you at all. I'm so energetic and I feel great, which means I can do anything. And you can only watch and agonize over your uselessness. I can imagine how angry you are right now. Yeah, I'm all beside myself. By the way, you're the one that's useless. Ooh, that's harsh. And pathetic. Is this her inner voice? That sucks. Why don't even try ruining my mood. I want to have fun while we're together, all right? So, you're the one calling the shots now. Yeah. Well, let's see how long you can last. We'll see. Yeah. Am I really that pathetic? Say something. I can feel tears streaming down my cheeks, hanging from my chin and then falling on my clothes, burning little holes in them. The idea of like a water that can burn, especially tears. That was fast, but not unexpected. Hey, at least I tried. Go wash your face. Then we'll decide what to do with you. Who's we? Me and her? I'm in front of the mirror again. Keep staring at my reflection, trying not to get distracted by the sneery looks the walls are giving me. Trying not to drown in their giggling, but then me in the mirror also shows me a creepy smile. There's her teeth at me. Shut my eyes, but that doesn't help. It wouldn't have helped even if I sank through the floor. Start counting in my mind. 2 squared, 2 by 2 squared, a square squared, a square pyramid squared, a pyramidal structure cubed, a pyramidal structure hypercubed. I feel better, but my head is splitting apart now. Sorry for being rude. It's not your fault. It's never your fault. Fine. You can keep on blaming yourself, but don't overdo it. I don't know why, but I thought I'd be able to take control. I was almost ready to. I was sure I'd be able to change something. After all, I was able to buy milk, you know? Yeah, You ought to know how challenging it was. Well, I do. I was there. Okay, well, that's definitely a face. Is that her face? Like a hyper-realistic version of it? Is that why you threw away the medicine? But this is like the wall. This is like behind the sink. What a stupid decision, right? This looks like that old RPG Maker game. I don't know if you guys remember. It's like the big purple monster with like the super realistic face, while everything else is in like a pixely art style. Anyways, undoubtedly. And there's a good side to it. What's that? Wouldn't that mean you're getting better? Ooh, that's a dangerous thought process. I didn't even read the other option. I should have. Nonsense. Medicine is something you're supposed to take, not toss away. Good on you. Stupid. It's so stupid. Then why did you do it? I felt like I'd be able to fight it on my own. It's true. The pain subsided for a bit at the time, but now I feel it triple in force. Man, that's tough. It hurts so bad. As much as I hate to do it, I'm going to give her the silent treatment until she takes her medicine. No, don't abandon me. Dejected, I reach out for the shelf with my medicine. I swallow the pills one after another, chasing away the unpleasant visions that keep floating up in my memory. And yet, my mind still draws a terrifying picture. Lumps of coagulated blood and transparent coating travel down my esophagus, scratching its soft walls, leaving behind furrows. I shake my head violently. I don't care if it makes me feel dizzy or worsens my pain. I just don't want to think about something so repulsive. You still haven't changed. What do you mean? You're afraid of being alone. This worries you much more than pain. Yeah, I guess. I toss the pill in the air and catch it with my mouth. Where are we? I feel like she's laying on a carpet in a void, like she's floating. I lie on the floor. I look at the ceiling. I can clearly hear water running in the metal pipes up there. I hear the cracking of concrete blocks that will someday surely fall on my head. But I'm not afraid of that at all. I can't imagine death coming from above, rather than it's rearing its claws from somewhere below, waiting for me to lose focus. Ooh. You want to talk about it? No. I've had enough of talking. What do you want then? I just want to lie down for a bit. Been there, honey. Even if the ceiling is bound to collapse, it won't be today. Can you stay silent, please? I need to get my thoughts in order. Interessante. Oh, jeez, why does... Oh, her room is so big. Well, that's probably a perception thing, but still. I carefully extract thoughts that are yet to be fully formed from my head and lay them out on the ceiling in an orderly row. Now it's my corkboard. In hopes of seeing the whole picture, I switch them from one place to another, pile them on top of each other, scatter them around, and in the end I throw them off with my hand, annoyed, and start over. I can't do it. You can always imagine your thoughts are something small and swarming like cockroaches. I hate that. Ew, I hate cockroaches. Can I make them fireflies? It's a much better alternative. I don't mind either way. Oh no. Oh, okay. Music dropped out. I got scared. I was like, is some other creepy entity gonna come show up? I didn't even have time to blink before my thoughts. They're fireflies now. They start whirling all over the ceiling in their own accord, forming whimsical patterns. I wouldn't call that whimsical. I can only observe them and wait for the right moment. It's just, the moment doesn't come. The mocking sounds of flapping wings coming from the ceiling make me start losing my patience. Enough! I hate you! Spring to my feet and scream at the top of my lungs. The fireflies scatter. Good job! Now start over. No way. Unstable behavior makes you look bad. I don't give a damn! So that doesn't bother you? Should it? I think realistically, no. Like, worrying about if you look bad, I really feel like you should have a little more confidence and you shouldn't worry about it. But ultimately, I think everybody feels a certain amount of how they appear to others. So should? No. In reality, you probably do, but I'm going to say no for should. A lot of people act like this. Well, I wish that wasn't my only option. Really? There's nothing shameful about snapping at someone if you have a reason for that. You did have a reason, didn't you? You'll surely get better, I believe me. Now, start over. You're at it again. What do you mean? Never mind. And I've changed my mind anyway. Please don't stay silent for this long anymore. I'm having a hard time without your help. Fine. Raise my eyes, looking at the ceiling once more. Sadly, all my fireflies seem to be hiding somewhere. I need to find them. Forget about them and go to bed. No, you don't get it. If I'm thinking about something, I need to finish my thoughts. Or else... I glance around the room. There are too many places for a creature that small. As small as a firefly to hide. Man, I don't know what that creaking sound is, but it freaks me out every time because it's only in my one headphone, which I think is by design, but it just so happens to be in the direction that my door to my office is in. So I keep looking over there whenever I hear that sound. It could be anywhere. Suddenly I hear a deafening rumble. The clock just hit midnight. It's so late already, but I can't go to bed right now. Will you help me? Please, tell me you'll help me. Come on, stop bullying me. You promised to talk to me. What were you thinking while lying on the floor? What do you mean? You should know it better than anyone else. And that's the thing, I have no idea. This is weird. I wonder if it's because of the lapse in her medication. Will you tell me? That's the thing that we saw with the bathroom sink. I roll my sleeves and start rubbing my eyes intensely. They are so itchy. Why are you crying? My eyes are itchy. Did he bring milk? Ooh, I think the dad. If I remember correctly, last time the dad... Is this her dad? Is that what this is supposed to represent? Because I remember her dad was like broken in half. Did you drink milk or did he bring milk? Ooh. Did he bring milk? Because I feel like that's recalling on memory while this one is more of a delusion. Did he bring milk? I wonder if I tear out my eyelashes one after another, will my eyes stop itching? I wonder if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, all my eyelashes one after another, if I tear out all my eyelashes one after another, one after another. What have you done? I need to gather the glass, and then I need to have a bath, and then... Here, drink some milk. I stand in the middle of the room, my mouth agape, gasping for air. I think I just experienced death. I don't know any other way to explain what happened. Well, that was surely something. Will you tell me or not? About what? Let's look for the fireflies instead. You're acting weird. So the inner voice didn't see that. Only we saw that. Sorry, that those last few visuals really tripped me up. Okay, time to reset. Help me instead of running your mouth. I've already had enough adventures before bed. I need to gather my thoughts quickly and go to bed. And my thoughts are hiding from me. To be honest, I have no idea where to look for them. Me either. I guess we'll have to tear the whole place apart. No. And no. If I make even the smallest of messes, I'll feel really bad. All of the things should stay in their places, and that's it. Why? Hey, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I don't, and I won't. Alright then, so we need to find a bunch of tiny insects inside a mountain of junk without moving anything even an inch. Yeah, you got it. My oh my. I have an idea. Last time, becoming a visual novel character helped me achieve my goal. Now I want to be a point-and-click adventure game character. Oh, that's interesting. You know, those games have moments when you just look at different objects and something inevitably happens. It sounds so fun. And what about the things you use regularly? Do you refuse to touch them as well? It would make it even more interesting. This is so childish. And want to know what the best part is? You'll be the one doing it. Oh no. Oh yes. I start panicking as soon as I get in a multiple choice situation. I'll just keep changing my mind and end up crying and running away. Same. Do you want that to happen? You're such a handful. You've already... I feel like there's a much healthier option, but I have a suspicion she's going to be a little resistant to it. You've already proven that you're able to make decisions. Why don't you continue on that road? Come on. Don't be so boring. I was just teasing you. You don't have to bear the whole burden. Asking for help is a reasonable decision, too. Let's begin already. Go to the middle of the room and look around where I would hide if I were a tiny firefly. Ah, this is so thrilling. My heart gets warmer from the pleasant anticipation. Hey. What? Look down. I look down. After a moment, a small ball of light and warmth crawls out from under my sweater. Wowee! The idea that you can feel the warmth off the fireflies is interesting. There's smoke coming from your clothes. I think I'm just gonna say wowie, because I don't want to go down another delusion. No, it's kind of cute. I normally don't like bugs, but that's kind of cute. Oh man, I have to pee so bad. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. This is for editing, Ryan. It might be in the video, but who knows? Well, you'll know, because you'll be seeing it. And if you don't see it, then I'll know. I should probably cut that out. I carefully grab the firefly. It's pleasantly scorching to the touch. I put it on my shoulder. I'm sorry, little guy. Time to come home now. As if it was an order, the firefly slowly drifts up, circles around my head for a bit, and then flies into my ear with the speed of a bullet. One down. Let's look for the others. Yeah. Okay, well, that's gotta be an eye, right? Like, is it just me? Hello? Oh. I just got so terrified for a second there. It's very interesting, the idea of collecting your thoughts as a bullet to the head. Because, like, the firefly went into her ear at the speed of a bullet. I'm just curious as to where this is all going to resolve. Oh! I was trying to figure out what those were. I thought they were bricks at first. I think those are bottles of, like, cartons of milk. Which we can't click on, so. Ooh, plants. I think these are plants. Right! Insects enjoy pollinating flowers and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess. I get close to the flower shelf. I sniff around. The leaves smell of dust and cardboard and death. So are they dead? You know these plants are long dead, right? I'm not sure a dead plant will be able to attract any insects. Well, we kind of don't have a choice here, you know? Still, you're right. Let's continue searching. Why don't you just throw them out? Weren't you listening to me at all? I wonder if her, like, garbled speech is actually saying something. Because if I remember correctly, I think the creator is Eastern European, like Ukrainian or something in that realm. So I wonder if she's actually speaking in the dialogue. Or they. Oh, hey. What are those? These are photos of my best memories. They're blank. I stared at them so intensely that I burned them with my eyes. Nah, they're just covering the cracks in the walls. Cracks? Forget it. Are we continuing the search or what? Alright, we are. I wonder why there's cracks in the walls. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that off. Ooh! I think these are the pills. I wonder what these are. Your usual notebook pages, glued to the wall with duct tape. Well, if they're taped, then they're not glued. Numbers are drawn on them. It's the only kind of information I can take in without trouble. Dosage and side effects? Yeah. Thought you knew them by heart. Yeah? This is not your handwriting, isn't it? Of course it's not. Shaky, broken lines, ugly numbers. It's not writing, it's more like claw marks. Don't forget to thank your mom. I don't need your advice. My scream makes the page rustle restlessly. After a moment, a firefly appears from underneath one of them. After looking around in a businesslike manner, it takes off into a businesslike flight and ends up entering my businesslike ear. Hey. Let's continue searching. Okay. Alright, well, I hate that. I look at the amount of pills, and it makes me feel dizzy. I don't want to think about it. I don't... What's wrong? I almost skipped my dose for today. How reckless. I could have died. Hey, calm down. You've already fixed it. Yes, because you ordered me to. Is that an accusation? Of course not. It was what saved me. Well, that's reasonable. I heave a deep sigh, come closer, and extend my hand. Wow, it's warm. The moment those words leave my lip, the moment those words leave my lips, one of the bottles overturns. Pills rain down from it, and along with them, a firefly! Hooray! After circling above my head a couple of times, it finally lands on my palm. The firefly rushes at my arm, and upon reaching my shoulder, it crawls straight into my ear. My mind becomes a bit clearer. Are they all gonna be by the mirror? I turn my eyes toward an inconspicuous shelf near the mirror. There's a glass with a toothbrush. A small towel is hanging nearby. What a wonderful sight. My fireflies are smart and good. They would never get in there. They know about personal hygiene. Well, I mean, to be fair, they were in your pill. I gotta stop trying to make logical sense out of this illogical situation. Alright, let's look somewhere else. That's quick. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I look down. My school bag, worn down and silly, is almost screaming of its own uselessness. I think I'm gonna make that the channel's new catchphrase. Worn down and silly. From another angle, it looks like a full belly. Its contents are also regurgitating, decomposing, and turning into a sticky, mushy substance. Well, before the end there, I was gonna say, yeah, it does look like a full belly. And in high school, I would actually do that. I would put my backpack backwards and then put my hoodie over it, because I tend to wear oversized hoodies. And I would walk around pretending to be pregnant. So, which I guess isn't a full belly, but in some context, you could say that, because people tell their children that babies come from bellies sometimes. But not the sticky, bushy substance. What a cool image. I need to remember this. Totally not cool. Tell me what's inside your bag instead. Nothing special, mostly just all sorts of books. I've taken out all the pens and notebooks out of there, and I'm not interested in anything else. You used to go to school, didn't you? Yeah, I did. I had a blast all the way. Are you sure you understood my question? Do you think everything in my life should be doom and gloom? Well, you're wrong. Alright. What'd you like most there? Well, the rooms were really bright, like at home. Sit. Don't rush me, let me remember. Well, the beds were also soft, and the food was nice. By the way, I attended all the classes. The others always skipped. They probably got told off so hard. I smiled gently, absorbed in warm memories. You never graduated, though. So she went to school alone. It almost sounds like she was in a facility of some kind. Yeah. Do you remember your last day there? It was a normal day. Dad picked me up earlier than usual. He told me that I'm already too old for the school curriculum. I also realized that some time ago the tasks were way too easy. Then we got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there. We had dinner, went to our rooms. And what happened then? I don't remember. Does it even matter? Tell me about it again. Is your memory that bad? Please. Fine. That day, Dad picked me up from school, explaining to me that I need to grow up. It's not like I could completely grasp what he meant. Either way, I didn't resist. We got into the car and went home. Mom greeted us there, we had dinner together, and we went to our separate rooms. Satisfied. Alright, so it's gonna change every time. Also, when she says separate rooms, does she mean her and her parents? Or her parents had also separate rooms? Dad dragged me out of the school building while I was scratching and biting. The teachers didn't interfere. That scene was ordinary for them. Who knows what the little brat has done. Then he pushed me into the car, and we drove home in complete silence. Mom greeted us there, we had dinner together, and went to our separate rooms. Please, let's not discuss this further. No. You'll tell me again. Dad bought milk. Dad bought milk on our way home. Again. I hate milk so much. Mom wasn't home. Again. I hate Mom so much. What happened next? Suddenly I feel someone's eyes on my back, knowing that these moments should never ever be ignored. I turn around. There's nothing there. What happened next? Everything that happened next happened after something that led to everything that happened after what had happened. I look at my bag again, light pouring into the room through the window. Glints on the metal parts. Light pouring into the room through the window glints on the metal parts. And there's also a shadow underneath it, which means it's real, sadly. Whatever, I don't care anyways. I almost end up kicking the bag in a fit of sudden anger, but I managed to stop myself in the nick of time. If I move it even an inch, the whole picture will collapse and I'll go blind. It has already happened countless times. What do you mean you'll go blind? I've spent months memorizing the location of every item in the room. That's why I can see them so clearly and vividly. You won't get it. Look at your feet. I look down and see a small insect is crawling toward me from my bag. It's barely glowing and I can't even fly. I guess this firefly is really tired. I bend down to pick it up. The firefly starts glowing brightly as soon as I touch it and then flies up. There you go, boy. Good job. After doing a victory lap around the room, it flies toward me with high speed. I shut my eyes, anticipating the firefly to enter my ear. That's exactly what happens. After it gets inside, it buzzes for a little while, and then goes silent. This one is kind of sad. I wonder why. It doesn't matter. What matters is it's no longer alone. Sure. Let's continue searching. So that's interesting. So if I remember correctly in the first game, she said that there was a very blurry depiction of her dad. It was almost like a Rorschach test of like, what do you see? And then she's like, that's my dad. He's in multiple pieces. That's how I remember it. Anyways, and then she said that her mom she was afraid her mom was going to throw her off the balcony. And then she said that her dad had fallen off of the balcony. So if you can correlate those two, maybe the mom had something to do with it, or she blames her mother for her dad willingly jumping off by himself. Maybe they fought all the time. He was just in a bad mental space. Maybe he passed the mental illness that he had to his daughter, and that's why she's on all these medications and seeing things. I remember in the first game she didn't want us to diagnose it, so we won't. But because I don't think that's the point. But it's a very interesting story because she's very unreliable, as we can tell from when she got picked up from school, which I don't know if it was an actual school or if it was a hospital, because she said she only went to class alone. Everyone else always called off. So to me, that sounds like some sort of therapy session. So, and she also doesn't like milk because if I remember correctly, that's like one of the last things her dad did before he was dead. which is also why everything is all red tinged. She said ever since she saw her dad that way, everything's been red, like blood. So, just putting some pieces together here. I wonder if them stopping for milk on the way home was the same time as her dad falling off the balcony and dying. Because she stated that he got milk before that happened. And that's why she doesn't like milk. Well, I think that's why she doesn't like milk. Which is also interesting that her room is the room connected to the balcony. Because the door here is open. I'm assuming this is the balcony. It's very interesting if she doesn't like it or she's afraid of it that she's connected to it. Then again, this might not even be her room. This might just be like a laundry room or something that goes to the balcony and she sleeps here because of that. I don't know. We'll see. I have a feeling we're not going to get many answers, but it's definitely interesting the way that the story unfolds and pieces together.